forecast first from KARK4.
It certainly has been a beautiful past couple of days across the state today, finally starting to feel a lot like fall. Now, overnight tonight, we are going to be watching an increase in clouds from disturbance in the southwest. That's a minor weather maker. This storm system moving into the Pacific Northwest, that's going to be a major weather maker later on this week. See, I'm so excited I can't even get it out straight. You won't believe the changes we're going to see on Friday. Your forecast first for Little Rock, looking for a mostly cloudy start to your day on Wednesday, then becoming mostly sunny in the afternoon. We're going to see high temperatures right around 80. KARK4 News at 10 starts right now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK4 News at 10.
People living in the small town of Winchester remain in limbo after elected officials fail to come up with a solution to its ongoing waste problem. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ashley Katz.
Well, good evening. I'm Bob Clausen. Tonight, City Council members and the mayor met again to try to find a solution, but it appears all it did was spark even more frustration for those who live there and are living with that mess. KARK4's Rochelle Turner was at the meeting tonight. She's joining us now with a look at any solution that may be out there for this sewage at all. And the people, Rochelle.
Well, Bob and Ashley, good evening to you. The mayor is speaking to us tonight. Now, as you mentioned, city council members and the mayor, they voted this agreement down last month, which ultimately leads to them rejecting this agreement between the Arkansas Natural Resource Commission. It would basically allow the city of Dumas to collect waste from Winchester. And tonight, there's no solution to the problem just yet, but many people are still frustrated. Last month, city council members voted an agreement down that would allow the city of Dumas to collect sewage waste from Winchester.
They just felt like there was things in there that wasn't beneficial to Winchester.
The mayor says he wants a sewage system in the town, but no set plans yet.
You know, we're just endeavoring to, do what's best for this community.
State Representative Leanne Burge for District 9 was at Tuesday's meeting.
I know that there's a lot of frustration and concern, and I know your concern is your community.
But people in the small town are not the only ones who've tried to address the smelly situation. Drew County Judge Robert Aiken says he's been working on it for 7 years.
I was running for office in 2012, and as we were walking out and going house to house, she asked me, she said, son, if you get elected, with the stench that I smell here, if you can, you help these people. We reached out to the health department, and ADEQ has been, Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality has been contacted, and they're kind of the same, they're kind of out there in limbo.
The grant is funded through the Arkansas Natural Resources Commission, and the agreement will expire next month.
Well, basically we have to reapply.
Now, the next city council meeting will be November 12th at 6 p.m. Now, as for what's next for the city of Winchester, I'm going to keep in contact with the mayor to try to figure out what he plans to do to try to get a sewage system in the small town. We'll be sure to keep you updated online and on air. For now, reporting live in Winchester, I'm Rochelle Turner, KARK4 News. Back to you.
Rochelle, thanks. And an update tonight for another story we've been working on for weeks now, this investigation. The city of Little Rock confirms that the Big Country Chateau apartment complex has been cited for code violations. It comes after renters at the Little Rock complex say they've gone several weeks without gas or hot water, and management hasn't done anything to fix it. The city says an expedited court hearing is set for Monday. We'll be sure to let you know what comes out of that. KARK4 News is always working for you. If there's something going on that you think deserves more attention, let us know about it. You can give us a call or send us an email. You can remain anonymous.
A lawsuit filed last week against a former Quality Inn on the city's south side. The woman who's filing it not named in the suit. She claims during a 3-month period in 2014 she was forced to have sex with as many as a dozen men a day. In the suit, she says traffickers paid for the entire top floor, and staff at the front desk put their heads down when she walked by. A local group that works with human trafficking victims says that lines up with stories that they've heard from other survivors.
The traffickers want to make sure that the outside world doesn't see what's going on, and if they're in a protected area.
That hotel was recently sold. It's closed right now. We reached out to management named in the suit, but we haven't heard back. This is the first time a civil suit has been filed in Arkansas against a hotel for human trafficking.
The push is on by Little Rock Police to close 2 murder cases with a $10,000 reward. On January 29th of 2018, 17-year-old Christopher Arnold was found dead. This was near 1100 East Roosevelt Road. No person of interest has been developed as a result of this investigation. And then on the 3rd of September this year, police responded to 13th and Arch. This was about 9 at night. This is where they found Clinton Burrell Jr. inside a vehicle suffering from a gunshot wound. He was later pronounced dead. As mentioned, $10,000 is available for information leading to an arrest and conviction in either of these cases. If you know anything, you're asked to call Little Rock Police. Again, you can remain anonymous.
An Arkansas doctor indicted on 9 counts of overprescribing opiates and other controlled substances. An investigation of Dr. Lonnie Parker of Texarkana launched last November. Investigators from several agencies, including the FBI, were able to analyze 2 years of data that showed Parker prescribed more than 1 million doses of opiates to more than 1,500 patients. It also showed Parker prescribed about 16 gallons of another particular drug with codeine, cough syrup, to nearly 30 patients during the same time period.
It is a new day in the Western District of Arkansas. This conduct will not be tolerated. We will use the full effect and force of this office to come after you, and we will get you.
Not over quite yet. Investigators say they're waiting for more evidence before they can prove Parker's negligence led to one fatal overdose. This isn't the first time facing federal charges. In 1998, he was accused of possessing child pornography.
A small Arkansas town's mayor has stepped down from office following troubles with a felony conviction from 20 years ago. Eudora is a town of about 2,000 people. Travis Collins has been the mayor there since 1999. Collins was convicted of hot check fraud in Saline County. That was in January in 1999, like I said. Anyone, though, in Arkansas that's convicted of crime of that nature is prevented from holding office, and he's been charged with falsifying business records after not disclosing the conviction. The whole thing's left many in shock.
Lots of people believed in him and they wanted to see him succeed. Colin was always on the cutting edge of putting things together to help people from this community.
And again, Collins had only been in office since January. A special election for mayor will be held in March. For now, the former mayor's assistant will lead the community. Since Arkansas's medical marijuana dispensaries have opened, millions have already been generated, and it's not just the state that's reaping the benefits of the money, but you too. When you walk into one of these to buy medical marijuana, your state tax is split in 2 different ways. The first is a 6.5% sales tax that's common with any purchase in Arkansas, but you're also paying for the 4% state sales tax. That goes to the National Cancer Research Institute, and so far, the state has seen about $1.3 million in sales taxes.
The town of Searcy, Arkansas in the white-hot spotlight tonight.
And in case you haven't heard, the town is being featured in a new TV show on Hulu. We'll tell you how you can watch it. Plus,
there's only so many ways you can go.
train troubles are causing a school bus backup for one local town, but the city has a plan to fix the headaches.
And I'll tell you what, fall weather doesn't get much better than what we saw across the state today. Here in Little Rock, 76 the high temperature. Our average high is 78, 51 the chilly overnight low. 55 is our average for this time of year. We've got another couple of nice fall days on the way before a not so nice fall day is on the way. Details are coming up.
You're watching KARK4 News at 10 with Ashley Katz, Bob Clausen, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan, and Drew Wayman with your Pig Trail Nation report.